Hello students, welcome to the learning sessions today, and today we are going to develop an obstacle avoidance robot. And in an obstacle avoidance robot there can be many different types of robot. What is an obstacle? So I am sitting here, before me there is a camera, before me there is a mobile, and can I call it as obstacle? No. Any object in my workspace is known as obstacle. I can't call sitting here that Himalaya is one obstacle. If I'm moving towards this, then the wall is in front of me, then I can call that object as a obstacle. So right now understand what is an obstacle. Any object in our periphery towards we want to move, and that is in front of us, it is becoming an objection, then we can call that object as a obstacle. So right now we are going to develop a obstacle avoidance robot. Here our robot will have the capability to avoid an obstacle and move in a different path to the destination. Is that clear to all of you? Now, when we are talking about these, we are just simply saying one thing. We are using an IR sensor, and these sensors are going to detect obstacle. But in this case, we are using IR sensor. But in other case, we can use ultrasonic sensor. We can use a camera. We can use various different types of high-end sensor also. Now we are using an IR sensor. This IR sensor will be able to detect the obstacle. The moment it detects obstacle, it gives certain output to the output of the sensor. These output go to the development board, and we have a relay, we have a DC motors, we have various other electronic circuits which will together make your robot activate. Let's come to the next stage and start developing obstacle avoidance robot and see the output.
Today we'll learn the circuit connection of the obstacle avoidance robot. So in obstacle avoidance robot we use one IR sensor. This is IR sensor, and we use the PCB board where the ground section, 5 volt section and 12 volt section we use, and we use one BC547 NPN transistor and 1K resistor. Also we use the DPDT relay and a 2 center shaft DC gear motor. So let's start the connection. First of all, the IR sensor VCC will be connected to the 5 volt, then accordingly the ground will be connected to ground, and the out section will be connected across the 1K resistor. After that, the signal will collected from the across resistor and given to the base of the BC547 transistor, and so the emitter will connected to the ground. Similarly, the across collector will take the signal to the DPDT relay which is connected across the RC3, and now we will connect the RC4 and RS4 both in 5 volt or 12 volt. So here we use the 5 volt, and the RS3 will connected across the ground. Here the RS3 will connected across ground. Now it's time to connect the motor. So we connect the first motor across the NO3 and NO4. So here NO3 and NO4. Now we'll connect the second motor across NO3 and NO4. Now our completely circuit connection will connected. Now we will see how the robot will work. As we know, when the IR sensor detect obstacle, then the robot will stop, but when it is not detect obstacle, then the robot will move. So here we will give the power supply, and let us see how it detect. Now we will give the power supply to the robot. So here the power supply will be given. So there is no obstacle, then the robot move. When it detect the obstacle, then the robot will stop. Now there is no obstacle, the robot will again move.